everybody, this is Zaya Kadar, videobrandmarketing.com, coming at you today with some quick tips. Going to share with you 4 tips to have you copywriting like a pro. Okay, let's get started. The fact is, you absolutely must have good copy, and the reason is that how else are you going to get people to click on your link? Okay, it's so important for you to have enticing, short, persuasive sales messages, and that's really the heart and soul of any marketing campaign. You're going to use it where? Where are you going to use this skill? Everywhere. Okay, of course, we're going to focus on video headlines today, but any type of marketing that you're going to be doing, from Facebook notes to Twitter headlines, okay, you want people to act, you want people to take action, and your copywriting is going to be where they're going to decide if they're going to do that. Okay, so let's go over the 4 tips to really have you copywriting like a pro. I'm going to go through these in each individual step during this video, but just a brief overview that we're going to cover how to answer what's in it for me. And in my simple script writing system, I show you that one of the steps is for you to really create phenomenal scripts is to answer what's in it for me. Okay, so we're going to go through this more. The second thing, guys, is just target one audience. I know this is really, really hard for a lot of us, but you really have to hone in and target only one audience. And how you can do that is by researching and understanding your customers. So that's going to be the third thing we're going to talk about. And then the fourth thing we're going to talk about is don't talk over their heads, all right? So let's get right into it. How are we going to answer what's in it for me? The fact is, every person on the planet is going to eventually ask you, what's in it for me? So tell them exactly what they're going to gain by reading your copy or watching your video or signing up for your list and ultimately buying your product. Okay, so all of that psychological mumbo jumbo in the world is meaningless if you can't tell them to the face, you need this because it will help you X, Y, Z. Okay, just straight to the point, straight shooter. The second thing is to target only one audience. Now, yes, you might be able to sell a marriage advice guide to people about to get married, right? But is that really your target audience? No. Your target audience is the couples who are already having marriage problems and need immediate solutions. That's the one who's going to need your marriage advice guide, is the ones that are already having problems, because they're the ones that are going to be most likely to make immediate impulsive purchases. So keep this in mind when you're creating your headlines, and even when you're writing a description in the body of your when you're uploading your video. Okay, your description is a great place for you to put some good copy that's going to lead people away from your YouTube channel. Okay, so target only one audience. That's the second tip. The third thing, guys, is you have to research and understand your customers. Okay, that's how you're going to be able to target them, is because you really understand what their biggest fears are. How can your video benefit them? What are they willing to part with? So you really have to learn what your customers need and how you can communicate it to them. Remember, you're providing a solution to a problem, not a product, okay? So to sell that solution, you really need to understand everything you can about the people who are having the problem. Third is don't talk over their heads. We know you're an expert in your field, but your audience is not. And that's why they're coming to you. That's why they're coming to you for advice. So there's really a fine line between understanding your niche and overdoing it. If you really use big words and complex technical terms and provide this deep analysis that completely goes over their heads, then they're either going to get frustrated or they're going to assume whatever it is that you're sharing or whatever product it is that you're providing a solution to, it's too complex for them. So really write for every man and use short to the point sentences, short to the point headlines, and keep it at a 7th to 9th grade reading level. Now, there are some people on this that are watching this video that, you know, maybe you're targeting other healthcare professionals, so then, or you're targeting other professionals in your niche, so they speak that language. Okay, but try to remember who it is that you're talking to and speak their language, and don't talk over their heads. Okay. So I'm going to share with you, I want to share with you guys two things that I really want you to keep in mind as you're getting started and as you're starting to incorporate and paying more attention to your copywriting, okay? Because I know when I was getting started, I do nothing about copywriting. So first is just brainstorm multiple headlines. Just take the time to really sit down and come up with a few different headlines. The first headline that you think of may not necessarily be the one that you're going to end up using, okay? And even, $10,000 copywriters with thousands of headlines under their belts, they'll still sit down and write dozens of possible solutions before they settle on just one and, put their site together or post it on their blog or send that tweet out or what have you. So the best part about this is that the ones you don't use, they're not useless, okay? Just store them up, add them to a file, and use them if you're going to be doing any split testing to your page, or split testing your videos or what have you with different headlines. Okay, so just keep them up, keep them. You don't have to, they're not for naught. So write out a few different headlines and really brainstorm. And then the second thing I want you guys to remember is just study good copy. What makes you, when you're sitting there in line and you look over at the magazine stand, which magazine, what headline makes you actually pick it up? When you're going through your email inbox, which headlines what emails do you actually open? What actually causes you to take action? So study good copy, because those people are doing something effective. So study your competitors, study other people in your niche, leaders in your niche, and study their good copy. Then always be thinking of how you can twist it, how you can shape it. Okay, so one of the easiest ways to learn about sales copy is just to look at what's working and emulate it as much as possible. Notice I said emulate, not steal. So take careful notes, review what they're doing differently, from one another, and try to find common themes. Okay, so I recommend you, simple things. Go over to Amazon.com and find a book or what have you in your niche and see which ones have people left lots of comments on. Okay, or if you're on ClickBank, head over to ClickBank and look at products in your niche that have high gravity scores. Okay, so try to find the common themes among high gravity, high sales volume sites. Okay, so just don't steal anything directly from their sites, or don't steal it directly. Just borrow, make your own, emulate it, make your own version of it. Okay. So those are the things that I really want you guys to keep in mind when you're getting started with your copywriting. Okay, so thank you so much for tuning in. This is Ayo Kadar of videobrandmarketing.com, and I will see you in the video.